Good evening, y'all. Day 22, episode 22. Guess what? Happy National Hot Sauce Day. And as you guys are well aware, we have a sister company that is Deuce's Wild 22, where we manufacture premium gourmet dipping sauces. You see here two of our flavors, Smoking Aces, which is healthy hot. And then we also make Dead Man's Hand, which is a blue label, which is the hottest sauce made in the great state of Illinois. And both of these flavors are all natural. Once again, both of these flavors are all natural. Now, with Happy Hot Sauce Day or National Hot Sauce Day out the way, let's get into today's video. Day 22, episode 22. CEO, it's on you.
Day 13, Proverbs 13, verse 11. Money gained in the wrong way disappears, but money gathered little by little grows.
I'm going to read my version. Proverbs 13, verse 11 says this: He who gathers money little by little makes it grow. Now, really quick video. Like I said before, I got to work on getting my videos under 5 to 7 minutes. And basically, what we're talking about today is financial strategies. We talked about the last couple of days how you view money. And today we're going to give you a couple of financial strategies that will help you understand where you want to go. Now, the Bible is very clear that the best financial strategy is to follow his commandments. And one of his commandments comes out of Proverbs, which is one of the books on practical living, practical wisdom, practical knowledge, and helps you give and get practical understanding. It says, he who gathers little by little makes it grow. Now, I used to be the guy that wants the big hit. You know, you work for the big commission or you wait for the big sale and you make $7,000-8,000 at once, and then all of a sudden you got money for 1 or 2 months, and then you're back to being quote unquote broke, even though you know you're not broke. All your bills are paid, but you're waiting for the next big hit. That's very stressful. It's very anxiety driven, because guess what? You are chasing the next big deal. Very different from gathering revenue and income day by day, week by week. Okay? He who gathers money little by little makes it grow. The principle is this: slow and steady wins. Say it again. Slow and steady wins. One more time. Slow and steady wins. What are we talking about? Putting together a practical business strategy that brings you in revenue day by day, week by week, month by month, instead of trying to chase the big deal. All right? What it also does is forces you to put your financial house in order. If you're chasing the big deal, you often don't have time to honestly look at where your books are, where your tax advantages are, because you're trying to chase the big deal. Here's another financial strategy, is the nest egg principle. The nest egg principle is this: you figure out what kind of income you want 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, and you save 10% of that income. So if you want a $40,000 a year retirement income, then you got to save $4,000 a year. If you want a $50,000 a year income, then you save $5,000 a year. And this nest egg principle will work with any financial retirement income that you desire. Properly put the money in a protected IRA or a Roth or some sort of a financial tool that allows you to proper tax shelter, tax benefits, and you can get a modest return, 6.2, 6.8, 5 point something percent. And so obviously we're just quoting numbers, so don't quote me on this. It gives you a general idea on how to project your retirement income. That's called the nest egg principle. Okay? But yet, guess what? Slow and steady still wins. One more time. Any desired income level can be extended by saving 10% of that amount for 40 years at an average rate of return of 6.2%. That's the nest egg principle. And guess what? In a marriage, you provide the security of a predictable retirement income for you and your spouse. All right? Now, if you're behind schedule, teach the nest egg principle to your children and grandchildren. All right? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit down my kids, sit down my grandchildren, and I'm going to teach them the nest egg principle. Because I'm an entrepreneur. And so you already know I did not save the right amount of money over the course of the years because I plan on living off the revenue sources of my businesses, which still is a little by little strategy, but it's not a nest egg principle. Okay? You got to share. You can't be greedy, you got to share. I'm going to say it again. You can't be greedy, you got to share. How do you know you have to share? Matthew 6, verse 19 through 21. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourselves treasure in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Okay? You store up treasures, you store up wealth by doing God's work in the earth realm with your resources. And guess what? You decide how much you want to give. You decide how much you want to save. You decide what you want to give. Okay? And by the way, when you're giving to God, when you're giving to a ministry, your gift and your offerings and your tenth, your sacrificial offering, your sacrificial gifts is to God and not to men. So get off this idea that you're giving to a man. You are giving your resources to God. And guess what? Scriptures clearly say that God will bless you for your cheerful giving. Here's extra credit. The highest form of giving is called sacrificial giving. That's for a separate video. All right? Don't be a pretender. Don't go into debt to prove to people that don't like you that you have something or you got it. All right? Debt is very dangerous. It gives you the ability to be something that you are clearly not. And by the way, debt is the opposite of savings. Debt is the opposite of savings. Here's a scripture, Proverbs 12:9 counsels us and says this: better to be a nobody and yet have a servant than pretend to be somebody and have no food. Proverbs 13:7 says this: one man pretends to be rich yet has nothing. Another pretends to be poor yet has great wealth. Okay? Debt. Debt can get you into a lot of trouble. And here's the battle axe. Proverbs 22:7. The borrower is servant to the lender. All right? So ultimately, debt will enslave you if you're not careful. I'm going to say it again. If you're not careful, debt will enslave you and you will become servant to the debt collectors and bill collectors. Okay? Quick review. Slow and steady wins. If you are a big ticket sales commission guy, I know it's highly stressful. I highly recommend that you change your strategies to the nest egg and to slow and steady. All right? This is your man Earl, day 22, episode 22. Once again, National Hot Sauce Day. Check us out online, www.deuceswild22.com. Grab our sauces or pop by the bookstore. We also have them on sale in various boutique health food stores throughout the country. God bless you. God keep you. We are out. Peace.